get comfy. I don't know, this one's gonna roll out. And if anyone's there, I say hi. I have to check me, what do you call it, it's working chat. Let's get a drink. It's been a nice day today. If anyone there, say hi. 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 Hi, Judgment Day. Come over. Hello. Right, this might not... It's going to be a bit muddled up, I think, because I was in the garden and... Hi. And the grass needed cutting. Booyaka shot, yeah. And things started coming to me, so I had to keep stopping, because what I do sometimes is I took this book in the garden and I thought, hi. I thought, I'll just leave it, because sometimes thoughts come in my head. And I wanted to write them down to see what... I just wrote it all down, so it might be a bit back to front, I don't know, but I'm going to read it out how I wrote it, in the order I wrote it in, and hopefully I can read my writing, because I just scribbled it down really quickly. But I'm not going to talk about You Know Who and You Know Who is Q tonight, because it's, I mean, it's all connected. The reason why I'm going back to do some of my, I don't know, spiritual stuff or whatever, just like happy vibe. Hi, yeah, they're like, it's because the stuff to do with Q, or lots of things that are going on in the world anyway at the minute, people need a lot of positive vibes, because we're seeing really negative stuff. So this is why. So it's not anything to do with that today, but it's still connected. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's all about the this is going to be back to front, by the way. Thank you. It says love, and I had collected some flowers. I think it was about 2 years ago, and I pressed them and I found them and thought, oh, what am I going to do with them? So I thought I'll just stick them down on some paper and make a little, you know, picture thing, whatever. Just thought I'd show you. And then yesterday, I think last night, I was sketching away, you know, like I do, and I was drawing my little girl faces as usual. Oh, hi, Tracy. Finally caught you on YouTube today. Yeah, I've come on a bit earlier because I'm going watching something in a bit, which I will tell you about in case you all want to go over there and just have a look what's going on over there. Some might like it, some might not, but I'll tell you after. And then I just wrote on it this morning, and it says, you are your own manipulator, magician of reality, meaning you can manipulate the energies around you, if you get what I mean. But I'm going to read you what I sort of wrote down when I was in the garden, thinking about like all this stuff that's going on, and just I don't know, whatever came in my head and wrote it down. So let's see if this makes sense. I'm going to just read it the way I scribbled it down. Yeah, so it says, you are, and this is a bit about manipulators as well, because I've always been manipulated and still get manipulated sometimes, and it was about me seeing the manipulators. But we are manipulators as well, but it depends how you use it. So anyway, I'll go on. This is what came to me while I was in the garden. You are a manipulator of energy that flows all around you and everything. Everything is all, and all is energy. And I'm just reading it the way I just scribbled it down. So if it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The way you choose to manipulate the elements of nature is up to you here, meaning on this world that I call 3D. But no, love is the true energy, and nature. Love is the true energy of nature and is all loving divine. Oh, yes. Well, you are an all-loving, divine, infinite energy, and what you mirror comes back. Because if you fear something, you will bring more fear into your life. If you love something, you know, if you feel that love, you will bring more love into your life. And you attract what you are. So, I used to think it was like, some people think it's like opposites, like, because I believe in energies and stuff and like the law of attraction, you know, like you've got to, if you want love, you've got to put it out there, but you've actually got to be love. So you've got to love yourself to bring that love in. If you're, put it this way, I dated someone and they were not a nice person. They were a manipulator, but a manipulator not for the good, because they hated themselves. Because I know in my heart that person, yeah, I've known for a long time that person hates their self, because I know that person knows it's at 17 and now it's gone to 18 like it always does. So it just makes me laugh. Cue for now. This person knows that they're not a nice person. People think this person is behind the scenes. He's not. But I know he doesn't like himself. But people who do that do not like themselves, and they don't help themselves. All they do is cause chaos, but they never look at themselves for the chaos they've caused. They always blame it on something else or someone else, and never go within and try and look at the dark side, if you want to call it, and sort of try to you know, come out of that and work around it and be a manipulator for the good. But they don't own themselves, if you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to look at what I've wrote. So I also learned, because I got manipulated off this person to feel that I was worthless. And I think before I got with this person, I was feeling a bit down at the time. So I wasn't, yeah, everyone's guilty. I wasn't feeling that good about myself. So I wasn't loving myself. Therefore, I didn't bring somebody in that was. But this person, I can't look in chat at the minute because I need to get this out. This person, he just wasn't a nice person, but brought me down, so I felt bad about myself, because that brings them up a little bit. But the only good thing is, when something bad happens to you, say it's a relationship, because that's what it was in my case, sometimes you can think, woe is me, which I did at the time, and that's me being the victim, because really all I had to do was leave this person. And I know it's hard, and people that know about my story anyway, I did do, and it was in the most like hardest, difficultest way, but I did it and realised now that no one will ever manipulate me like that again. And I could have gone on, because I've done this before and met people the same and dated people the same. You know, when you think, oh, I'm always meeting like the same sort of person, or it's always, you know, me that ends up with these people that aren't nice. Yes, because I chose to be a victim. A lot of people choose to be victims, like, of the situation they're in, where they're living, when really you can turn it around for yourself by just not thinking the victim mentality, whatever you call it, and thinking a different mindset, like Kanye West. Everyone, you know, needs to get off the plantation. Just because, like, what I'm going to talk about, I'm going over to Titans TV in a bit. If you don't know about it, you know, it's a bit controversial, all this, but it's good, because there's too many people going about religion and white supremacy and white privilege and, you know, the black versus white thing and all that, and it's a load of rubbish. It's to divide us. But people like to still be victims on either side, and it's like, no, just because maybe something happened in the past with our ancestors, be it true or false, because history is a pack of lies anyway, yeah, that doesn't mean that I, because I'm white, would treat someone like that, or someone who's a different race, a different colour of skin, would treat others that way. That's how you're thinking. If you're hanging around with people that teach you to be that way, or an ideology, you're not living in love. You're living in hate, I see, in fear of what? Yourself. But anyway, I hope that made sense. But then I'll go on. What else did I say? It's like, I was gardening today. So if you don't tend to your garden and, you know, do some weeding and look after your plants and water your plants, that garden's never going to flourish. It's never going to grow into something beautiful. if you don't put the love into it, because it all goes back to love. When you're gardening and stuff, you put love into, when you're gardening, you're looking after your flowers and all that. Yeah, it does make you stronger. You realise, you think sometimes that bad things come into your life sometimes, or bad people, but sometimes then people have only come into your life to wake you up and shake you up. That's what I believe he did. I could look back and be like, oh, woe is me, and I've wasted so many years on this person, and I've thought that before, and this, that, and the other. But then again, you've got to look at it in a different light, a silver lining, like, well, it woke me up. I can see that sort of person coming again, and I'll never let that in my life again. It taught me a lesson not to be a victim and just sit there and go, I can't do anything about it. Leave the relationship. You might be thinking, oh yeah, but I won't have money, or I won't have this, or what? So what? Don't keep yourself in that situation if it's hurting you, or yeah, well, in a way people might say, oh, it's good to be single, but I'm the sort of person who thrives more when I'm with someone. But then again, you'd rather be single than be with someone. You'd rather be single being happy than with someone who treats you like garbage. Do you know what I mean? Till the right person comes along, where you can both share. I saw something on Kanye West actually, Twitter today. It was lovely, a few quotes and things that he put in about in a relationship, say like the woman was idolizing the man and being like, oh God, he's so nice and all this, and he just said at the bottom of it, no, this is how a relationship should be. Don't look at me like a god because I'm treating you right. You should be treating your partner right. There should be respect. You should be supporting each other and lifting each other up, not knocking each other down. That is not a relationship. Yeah, there are bad people, but I do believe there's good out there. They're just not following the self, they're following other people. Yeah, I do as well. But what else did I write down? Yeah, it's hard sometimes, but it's better to be happy on your own than if it's a relationship situation, be with someone who just doesn't respect you, wants to cheat, doesn't respect you. Do you know what I mean? Just does everything for themselves. Yeah, but if you found the right person, you'd be with the right person. That's what I mean. It's about finding the right person, which is hard these days. And then I wrote down, because this all just came when I was in the garden. um, what did I put? Yeah, so you've got to tend to your garden. If it's that's why I say you've got to put love into stuff. If you tend to your garden and look after it and put love in it because you want to see the flowers grow, then that garden's going to be beautiful. If you let that garden go and you're not really bothered about it, it's just going to get overgrown. It's going to be hard work. It's not going to look that nice. You're not going to feel that good when you see it because you're going to be like, oh, it's not that. I did enjoy my day in the garden. And if you think about it, what came in my head when I was thinking about that? Because you've also got to think of it like, just let me have a look what I wrote. People who manipulate, like the bad side as I call it, because we're all manipulators, but you can be a manipulator for the good. They're like, if you talk about the garden, they're like the roots. They're down there with all the little roots. They're not seeing the light of day, but we're up there, the little flower blossoming, because you're moving up in stages. You're the little seed, you grow, we evolve, and then you come out and you bloom with the light. I'm trying to find the bit that I wrote because I thought it sounded quite good, and now I don't know where to put it. Where did I put it? Let me see. I wrote something down. Sorry, I'm just trying to I'm trying to find what I wrote down and like, where is it? Oh yeah, sorry. It's just how I wrote it down. I don't know if it's going to make any sense. So, yeah, the manipulators. I think you're either we're all manipulators because you're all a magician of your reality. So you can either be of the good or of the bad. And I think the bad are like sometimes, lemon plants are like, the narcissists and the psychopaths and etc. and all them sort of people that live in the lower, vibrations, the controllers. But yeah, my relationship with that person, it just wasn't good. But what I say about mirroring is they mirror what they are. So for me, to bring love into my life, I've got to be love because it attracts love. If you're hate, you will always find hate. Hate will be drawn to you like a magnet. But if you're love will be drawn. If you're hating on yourself, that's probably why maybe you get in relationships that you're not really liking, because you're attracting. You're mirroring. It's mirroring what you are, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, these people, when I just wrote down this in the garden, I said, these people manipulate because they choose, it's a choice, choose to be a victim. Never looking at the chaos, like I said before, that follows them, blames others for their misdoings. They don't take control of their own lives and address it, therefore they stay in it. And that's what narcissists do as well. They are not doing it out of love, therefore they attract hate, therefore they are hate. Like I hated this person in the end because I was like, oh my God, it's so awful. Hating relationships and stuff. Yeah, my ex. That will always fail because they can't see themselves, what they're mirroring. Like they can't see what they're mirroring. I'll jump in chat in a bit, but also, I had to learn that lesson myself and stop mirroring the worth I didn't have myself at that time. So I was attracting someone who wasn't worthy to me anyway, if you get what I'm saying. When you think about it, when you think of the word Illuminati, because we know that's flying around at the minute quite a lot, and it is out there. The Illuminati, I see it as, it's the ones who are illuminated. We can all be illuminated. They just use that word in a different way. We all can be illuminated in the light of love. It's all energy. But what came to me? I just wrote down, we are all light and work through natural organic frequencies and vibrations which we can manipulate. But the ones who know hide it from us. They don't want us to be our full potential of us being infinite, divine, source, light and love. Compassion and empathy, being kind and all those sort of things, done in love and light. Light, the illuminated ones. If you get what I'm saying. This is what just popped in my head when I was in the garden today. So if it's all a bit muddled up, that's just the way it came. And then I wrote down love and light. So you've got love. Everything is love. Do things in love. And then light is knowledge, energy source, vibrations and frequencies. That's what we work off. We also work, I don't know if this is going to make sense. We are also like water. The water holds so much percentage of water. I don't actually know what it is, but water holds light, frequencies and vibrations. If anyone's watched the Dr. Emoto thing, that's really interesting. And yeah, our bodies hold so much water, so so what did I put? So if you put thoughts, intention on you at being love, sorry, I'm trying to read what I've put. So therefore you will be, because they say you can affect, I don't know if I'm getting this out properly, water with your vibrations and intentions and stuff. So if we hold so much water in our bodies, you can put that intention in yourself. When they say people make themselves better, or you can make yourself more loving from within. I don't know if that makes sense because it's not coming out the way I wanted it to. And then I put, And then while I was weeding, I thought, these are just what were coming out in the garden. And then people who work on lower vibrations, they look nicey on top. But you pull the weed out, because I was weeding at the time, I was thinking this, and the roots run deep. And they're not always that nice. So think of the root of all evil, you know the saying. The people stay rooted in the lower area of lower energies. Hence, rooted as that is lower than. Sorry, I'm not making sense. So if you're rooted in the lower energies and you stay there and you choose sort of not to sort of evolve and move up and become this beautiful flower that blooms, you're always just going to be rooted in the dark, because the seed's going to head up to the light, you know, and bloom to its full potential. But if you stay rooted, you're just in the dark, really, aren't you? You're just in the dark like a root, like it says, the root of all evil. You're just there in the dark. But yeah, these were the sort of things I'm just popping into my head today in the garden. Hope it's making sense. It's because I'm trying to rush it because I want to go over to another channel. I shouldn't really be rushing it, but yeah, they stay in the dark, never knowing the light, unless it gets itself away from the root system. You know, you sort of start evolving maybe a little bit and you can come to the light. Because people who are, it doesn't mean that all people who are bad can't come to the light in the end. They can, they're just not taught right, they're not on the right vibration. Sometimes it just takes a switch and a different switch in your mindset to become of a higher vibration and become illuminated. That's how I feel anyway. And to help with these, you've got to get out of old habits, maybe things that you do like morning routines or rituals. You know, rituals are the same as routines, and I don't mean satanic, I mean the things you do in the morning. There might be certain things that the way you start your day might affect you, so then you end up a bit grumpy, and then you're going into those lower lower vibrations. Thank you. And it's even like the things you watch on TV. You know, I said I don't watch TV. That's why I'm always drawing and stuff. I watch a lot of YouTube because you can choose what you want to listen to, not just the narrative they put out on there, the little black box in the corner. And you've got to change your habits. Like, what are you watching on telly? If you're watching telly, oh, no, thank you. Who are the sort of people you're hanging around with? You know, your food. Your food and what you drink. It's all in with that as well, with your mindset, you know. Your body is a temple and all that, you know. We all like things, but you've got to look after yourself as well to be mentally, you know, just better in yourselves. And I was going to say, I just wrote this down, so I'm going to read it out again. Intention is like a flower. Put the seed out there, you know, water it every day with the intention, you know, you want to see this flower grow into a beautiful flower. You know, you're putting a lot of love on it in intention, because you're watering it and giving it what it needs. You know, every day you're doing that until it comes into reality. You'll have a beautiful flower. And that's the way it works with us as well. If you put in good intentions out there every day, say a little saying in the morning or write a little thing down in a book. I've done this before, I've done videos on this before, of your intentions, or maybe when you go to bed at night. It doesn't take long, so don't use the excuse of I can't do it, I haven't got time, just to write something down. And an intention that you want to bring in, but you've also got to live that way as well. So you've got to be, you know, whatever you bring into you've got to be, if you're understanding what I'm saying. But if you put an intention out there every day and try and start off in a good day and tweak little routines that you're doing that are going to put you in a good mood, it's going to bring you in better vibrations to attract better things. Because the more, it is what you put out, what you put out, you're getting, because you mirror what you put out. So if you're grumpy all day, have you noticed if you get in a bit of a mood? Because we all do it. It's not about, oh God, is someone positive every day? I have my grumpy days, but it's about just trying to get back there. Yeah, you are what you think. But I was just reading that out because that's what just came to me in the garden. But when you're a bit moody, something set you off, you've seen something or someone said something, because that's what affects you as well. People's words, the way people say things and stuff like that. I'm going off train because I'm tired. That's when you end up like banging yourself, or something happens, or you trip up in the house, or you do something, you're like, oh, and then that puts you in another mood, because you're just attracting that, because you're in that mindset and you're not looking what you're doing, and you're moody, so all that stuff happens. But if you're in a good mood, if you have ever noticed, the more you sort of try and keep in that vibrational awareness, and if things are going on around you, just try and not let it affect you. You don't have to listen to it. It'll just attract more. But the more you sort of exercise that, or sort of practice that every day, it is hard, but every day you will bring more of the things that you want to come to you, because you're being that, source of energy that you want to attract. And that's why I believe the person that I was with, he's still in the situation he's still in, because he's not looked at the chaos he causes. He just blames it on others, instead of taking control of what he's doing and what he's doing to others, and assessing the situation and realizing that actually it's him. We all do stuff. None of us are perfect, but as long as you can look at it and address it and try to take them steps to change it, be the change you want to be in the world. Exactly. And when people realize it is energies and frequencies and light that we actually work off, and we can attract it, because all these frequencies around us, all these energies, and all that sort of stuff around us, it's attracting us like a magnet. But you have to be, to attract what you want, you have to be what you are. So if it's love, you have to be love. Oh, I'm not on the fluoride, but what we all going on about in chat? What time is it, peeps? Because I've still got another bit of this to do. I'm still putting the thing together. Yeah, can anyone tell me what time it is in the UK here at the minute? I can't see my clock. I'm going to do another bit of the things you can help you do, like gardening stuff, just to bring more positivity in. I keep saying I'll do it, but I'm going to do it, but not tonight, because I'm a bit tired. What time is it, Barry? Okay, yeah, because I'm going at 9 to Titans TV. If anyone knows about Tan, and I just want to go and see Titans TV channel to see the chats they have over there. A bit controversial and all that, but it's good to have different chats on things to see how other people think. I think it might get a bit mad in there, I don't know. Also, a great channel to go on is Reverend Simon Sideways, and he has a Discord as well if you like his videos. I'm over there as well with the Q thing, but yeah, I hope you understood that. It was just what I was writing down in the garden today, because I kept gardening and then writing the stuff down. But basically, and this is why, certain people will say, oh, we believe in this and we're love and light. And it's like, it's not what I see what's being put out in the world right now. Because violence and hate is not something out of love. Despite what anyone's God says or anything, that does not, thanks, that does not come out of love at all. Hate, violence and all that sort of stuff that goes with that is not done out of love at all. So yeah, you put that hate out there and violence and stuff, and you'll just attract it more to you. What's that saying? Where energy goes, energy flows? What's that saying? There's a saying. I hope that made sense, because I'm half asleep, and it made sense to me in the garden, basically. And it's a hard thing to do. You have to work it every day. I didn't see what. Oh. Yeah. Well, I have to meet someone who's on the Q train, because you can imagine the arguments I'd have with someone. You don't believe in Q? You've not even researched it. Yeah. Well, they say fate, things happen for a reason, you know, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think I've got sunstroke actually. I did get burnt. I was in the garden. Maybe that's why all these things were coming. But I do believe you have to attract, you have to be the thing that you want to attract, you know. Imagine being married to the left. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not saying I wouldn't. It's just, you know, if you're married to that sort of person. But yeah, but it's nice to have different opinions. And this is what I'm seeing with other channels at the minute. Even where I go to a Discord is people can agree to disagree. And that's really good as well. Not all this stuff like everyone's offended. It's like we can all talk about it. And that's the biggest thing I'll say before I go is there is a lot going on and you know what I believe in. But the good thing I see around the world, looking at YouTube and different channels is, I mean, there's still the fools out there who won't evolve and they're shouting this out and racist and all this crap that we're all sick of. But at the end of the day, people are talking more than ever, I think, about all these things. Because as we know, as I keep saying, it's gone batshit crazy. But it is good to talk. Even if we're not all agreeing on everything, we can't all agree on everything. But it's good to talk to, it's good to talk to get things out, because if things aren't talked about and we know what things need to be talked about, it gets swept under the carpet, and that is what's been happening, and that is what we don't want. So it is good to talk. I know I will, because I've been working on myself and pumping out, you know, that positive thing, so it doesn't really bother me. It'd be nice, but it doesn't really bother me like it used to, you know. Yeah, you can have great, and it's not all about, oh, it's this person, that person. You can have great minds think alike sometimes. It's just sometimes what people are watching and who they're hanging around with, the gangs that they're hanging around with, the stuff they're putting out on the TV that you're listening to. You've got to listen from here, not from here. Just got back from the beach. Yeah. And that, just before I go as well, nature's the best thing to go out in, because, I mean, if you want to feel chilled out and that, like I said, get out in nature. People, get out of your house and get out in nature. If you haven't got a garden, just take yourself for a stroll somewhere. Oh, that's all right, JP. I tried to listen to people, but that was just a quick rush one, so I'm really sorry if I was a bit half asleep on this one. I will come back, it'll probably be tomorrow or something, with the things that can help yourself be more positive, because we all get down, things get us down, that's how life is, it's up and down. But even with the even with the downs, you've got to pull yourself up. That's what it's about. We all have it. Every walk of life has it. It's not whites have it or blacks have it. We all get it. You've got to learn how to lift yourself up off the plantation and bring your vibrations up. It's all a mindset, people. It's a mindset. So I hope that made sense. I don't know if I showed you that the other day. That was a picture I was trying to sort of draw with DNA strands and, you know, like the third eye. And I'll show you when I painted it. But yeah, sorry about that. I just feel like it was a bit mumbled up because I'm trying to go over Titans TV and see what happens over there. So I shall see you probably tomorrow. You know what I'm like. I like to share. Sharing is caring, and there needs to be a lot of care in the world right now. So sorry if that sounds corny, but there does. Positivity. So yeah, I think that's it. Oh, the only other thing is I was in the garden. I know the genetically thingy seeds today and everything, but I tried. Did you see? I haven't seen any cues if they've dropped yet, but you know, I've seen that much stuff, and I've read Neon Revolt people, and I was like, you know, about the I can't even say it, Vlad the Impaler and the vampire thing. That's an energy thing as well, and all sorts. But my little sweet peas, I'm waiting for them to dry up because I'm collecting them, the little seeds, because hopefully I can use them next year. Hopefully they'll grow. We'll see. And in here, the weirdest looking, I hope so. The sky was quite clear today. I'll have a look after. I might do a bit of queuing tomorrow. These are the weirdest seeds I've ever seen, but these come off my flower. And I know the seeds because when I brought the seeds, they were like this. So I waited for the tops to dry out, and they're like alien seeds. Look at these. Oh, look at these. Like, you see them? Oh, weird. But they are seeds because that's how I brought them then. I'm collecting them out of my garden. Hopefully they'll grow. We'll see next year because then I won't have to buy any. That's what they don't like, do they? They don't want us to grow our own food to feed ourselves. No, no, no. They don't want us having seeds to replant stuff, do they? No. Want to be buying their shitty food, don't they, from the shops? But anyway, I shall see you soon, people. I just hope that made sense. I'll see you tomorrow when I'm a bit more refreshed. Bye.